What is proper sitting keyboard and mouse position? Hold on. There's mistakes in this search menu.
Hopefully I didn't duplicate. I wrote this all over the span of like a week.
Okay. How many games? What MMR are you?
I am plat. Low plat currently.
How long have you been playing the game?
3, 4 years? I think 3.
Is that all thing included? Like, since you've first...
I'm checking to make sure.
Okay.
When did Brand get released? Around that time, shit. Fuck.
Brand?
Yeah. I believe that's when I started. Let's find out. Since 2012. So 4.
Going on 5, or...?
Going on 5, I believe, yes.
Okay. And you're platinum on NA?
Yeah.
Alright.
I can give bullshit excuses, but,
yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah, indeed, there you go.
All I know is that I had a rotting foundation for League.
A what?
A gold... I had a rotting foundation in the sense of a gold player was teaching me how to play. And so I picked up a lot of bad habits, including not TSing for the entire leveling process.
So, okay, but see, that type of stuff, that doesn't make sense at the end of the day, because can't you think for yourself? Like, can't you realize that, like, something's wrong?
At that time, if I heard it, I obeyed it. But now, yes.
Okay, so if you get a cut on your no, if you get a cut on your forearm, okay, and it's a deep wound.
Okay.
And your friend tells you to just put a Band-Aid on it. You don't do that. Like, you know, even if you haven't gone to fucking college for medicine, that there's a chance that it's, like, infected. There's a chance that it needs stitches. There's a chance... Like, it's not very difficult to deduce that you do not just put a Band-Aid on a gouge. Or gouge? Gouge? Fuck. Something.
You have it just about right. Shit, you have the spelling right, at least. I think you're... I know what you mean.
Anyways, a gash. Gash?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I haven't said this word in years. The letters appeared in my mind, and I said the word, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't said this since fucking... I don't even know when I last said that word. Holy shit. No, it's weird. My English, sometimes there's words I don't say anymore because I'm in Korea and I don't...
Yeah, you don't need them.
Yeah. Anyways, so you have a gash, so you know that it's pretty retarded to put just a Band-Aid on it. Okay?
Yes.
You can't look at the gold player that was teaching you the game and not also acknowledge that there is Platinum Diamond Challenger, or Platinum Diamond Master Challenger.
Oh, I didn't know the rank at the time. I thought the guy was just epsilons above everyone, and he was like a top player at the time.
So you don't look into anything.
I didn't in Season 2 when I was first starting. All I was playing League for was for fun entirely. After, I don't know, midway through Season 3, I'll say, I realized how trash the player was, and I got in touch with a Master Tier player, I believe.
Are you religious?
I am, but not really super religious.
Right, but you are religious.
Sure, yes.
God damn it. Do you see how I correlate those two things? I'm not saying that is completely going to always be factual, but why do you not question things?
I'm gonna be honest, I question a lot on terms of that, but it was more so, in terms of religion, it's more so I use it as a code of conduct, not more of this is real or this is not entirely.
God damn it. Wait, a code of conduct? You need the fear of a hell to be moral?
No, I just use it as you should be moral, not a fear of a hell after, because that doesn't really matter to me. But
alright.
It's just more of be good to other people.
God damn it. Alright, well look, You need to, like, question... I know, I like how we started this off by saying that you asked me too many questions, but, like, now, I mean, it feels like you don't look at stuff enough. Well, one of the problems is some of these questions that I've already read, if you have followed me for a while, which I know that you have, they're self-answered. They don't need to be tailored towards you, because you can get... Well, I mean, I will tailor them towards you, but there is ways to know this without needing me to affirm it inside of your mind. Or something like that. Huh?
I agree, but I might have missed a stream or a video that you've done for it.
So you can't look it up?
Well, you have a lot of videos, so it's hard to find the exact one to look up. Because if I watch a 1 hour, 20-minute verbal as a podcast, basically, what if I don't find one of my questions there and I just watched an hour of 20 minutes with other stuff that, of course, pertains to me, because it pertains to everyone, but I still don't have my question answered, so I have to watch another one, and then I waste the entire day over it. Well, not waste, but I think you know what I mean.
Well, I don't think that it's a waste if the information is applicable to other things, not just League of Legends. I mean, you can... Well, so here's the thing. I was actually thinking when I was laying down last night, you know, when would there ever be an instance where... I was trying to think back to when I was considering getting coaching in League. And, you know, before I even considered myself getting some sort of coaching, I just remember that I kept looking at my own play, and this is when I was trying to be a player, when I first transitioned into League in November 2013. Okay, and when I first came to the game, there was someone, she's a little bit controversial. You might know her, Molly. Do you know who Molly is? She used to be a League player.
I don't, but I've heard you talk about her.
Hold on.
That's about all I have.
This person, hold on. Okay, Molly. This is the first person that ever helped me out with League, and the way that she helped me out with League was I was asking a lot of questions. This is literally the first week that I came to the game, and at the time she was a high-rated solo queue player. And she knew me from StarCraft 2, where she was not that high-rated. But anyways, I asked her a lot of questions that a lot of people ask me, because I knew nothing about the game, which was a little bit different than these people asking me these questions, and they have been playing for a few years. Okay? And I didn't understand, like, okay, so are there certain champions that carry in League, and there's other champions that don't carry? I didn't realize that any champion can carry. Anything can carry.
Yes.
You can carry with fucking top lane Taric. You can carry with jungle Taric, okay? There is no such thing as a carry label. There are things that can be attributes, like carries, right? That are more so affiliated with some champions, but it does not pertain to the champion itself.
Yes.
One of the things, every single time I would ask her for advice, she would either not reply to me, or she would tell me to shut the fuck up and just keep trying to get 10 CS a minute. But back then, she told me 12 CS a minute, because jungle camps used to be able to be farmed easier. So because I was playing mid lane, she told me to dirty farm, and she told me that I was trash if I couldn't get 12 CS a minute versus low elo players. And so I remember when I was in the MVP in the Samsung house, the coach used to yell at me because... because one of the low MMR coaches, right? He would yell at me because we would play like normals or something, and I wouldn't follow the enemy mid laner bottom, like, you know what I mean? And they would kill the bottom lane, and the coach was a support player, and he would yell at me for not following, and then I'm fucking sitting there thinking, okay, you're an idiot, because he was not a strategic coach. He wasn't anything. And I hit tab, and I have 180 CS, and the enemy mid laner has 90. And I'm just like, well, you know, I don't think that that's as big of a problem. So he's there panicking because the enemy mid has 2 or 3 kills, but then the team fight comes out, and I have more items because I have more CS.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's all that I did. I just drilled fucking C. I never roamed. I never did anything. I just drilled over and over. I didn't look at anything a part of the game. I never thought to question anything. And in my fucking going from unranked to Diamond 1 in 3 months of entering into the game or whatever the fuck it was, I didn't know jack shit. I felt like I was playing Pokemon when I would run into a new champion. I did. They would show up on the loading screen or they would get picked on the enemy team and I'm like, I've never seen that. I've never played against that before.
Who's that Pokemon?
Well, yeah, first it happened with Galio, right? Because I had never seen Galio and he randomly got picked and I was already platinum and I had never seen a Galio. You know what I mean? And so while I'm climbing up and while I have this bloodlust to just improve on the fundamentals of the game, CSing, not roaming, are my wards placed properly, when is the jungler ganking me? These are all reverse engineerable concepts and ideas and theory and tactics, whatever. You don't need a fucking coach for. You don't. As long as you're not an idiot. You don't need a coach for it. And through all of that, the only point that I eventually came to when do I get coaching is when the fundamentals stop making sense to you. But it is impossible because you're not high MMR for the fundamentals not to make sense to you.
That doesn't matter.
Right? And then when everything does start to make sense to you and you feel like you can then improve on the fundamentals, you realize that the fundamentals are still all that matter. So it's like, that's like a punch is just a punch is more than a punch is just a punch, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay.
Yes.
So, okay, what is proper sitting keyboard and mouse positioning? Now, first off, A, I have a video on this. B, I've spoken about this multiple times. C, you can find it in AMAs. D, you can see pro players. It's not hard to Google pro player fucking, you know what I mean? Like, inside of booth video. Or, here, StarCraft 2 first person VOD, right? Fucking, what's his name? The bald guy has videos. Caldor.
I honestly don't know why I even needed that reassured to me, because I've watched the videos. Okay.
You can see this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I Googled for 1
where?
second. See his, do you see his elbow bend? Do you see how it holds? Now, not every single pro is going to be the same. You're going to have some weird-ass fucking unique people, okay? For the most part, though, 80% of them will hold stuff the same way.
Yeah, I was just waiting for stream to catch up.
Oh, I'm not sharing screen? Fuck.
No, you're not sharing screen.
Hey.
So I just have to do it this way.
Alright. Okay.
Alright. I see it. I see it.
This isn't difficult. So when I see the now, it is impressive because when I watch fucking here, I'll show you. Okay, I'm gonna turn on cam or whatever. I'm gonna turn on cam on OBS. So you're gonna have to watch on the stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck? Video capture device. Okay. Alright. Alright, here, look. Alright, so fuck. Alright, so keyboard, mouse. Okay. Now, when I saw Silver Kale come here once, he had a game where, now if you do this once in a while, it's okay, right? He had a game where like the keyboard was like this, and then he's sitting like this. What the fuck is this? Now, if you do this once in a while because you're like super fucking lazy and you're just tilted, or, okay, that's whatever. Like, if you do this, now there's also that weird Chinese fucker that plays like this. Like, okay, yeah, just break your fucking wrist already. Like, what are you doing? All right? And then there's weirdos that, like, they play like this. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Having your keyboard and mouse, like, held properly and stuff, and having them set in a certain way that is proper for the wrists and the elbow and fucking everything else, it's just like holding a baseball bat. Like, it's the same exact thing. There's no reason to have these wonky setups. Now, of course, there will be the outliers. There will be a pro or something that has a wonky setup. That doesn't mean like, oh, okay, yeah, I should go do that too. I remember when I saw Gary Sheffield, okay, when I was a kid playing fucking baseball, and I saw Gary Sheffield, and if you don't know who Gary Sheffield is, I'm gonna fucking show you his swing. And I remember, I'm like, wow, this is so cool. Look at how he swings.
I know who he is, but go ahead and show me just so I can. Let's see.
What the fuck's his swing?
I'm.
Wait.
It's wonky, isn't it? That was him.
You see?
Yeah, it's wonky. Like I thought.
It's wonky as fuck.
Yeah, it's him. Well, I watched a lot of baseball, and it's for my team. So
Gary Sheffield. What the fuck? People who changed the game? I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, so he shakes the back violently, like
Yes.
left to right. Okay. Now I remember I saw that once, and I went to baseball practice, and I tried to no. Just doesn't make any fucking sense.
just doesn't work.
And he did it like that. I can't remember the reasoning for doing it like that. I think it had something to do with axe chopping, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right. Yes.
I think it has something to do with axe chopping. It still doesn't make any fucking sense. Just because it worked for Gary Sheffield doesn't mean that.
It works for the other 99.9%.
Yeah, okay. So it's not difficult to get proper sitting keyboard mouse positioning for most of whatever. What are the biggest mistakes and myths for training and the game itself? What is the biggest waste of time? For the game itself?
For the game and practicing, I should say.
Biggest mistakes and myths for training and the game itself. Biggest mistakes and myths for training and the game itself. Like,
as in, what do people waste the most amount of time on? Thinking this is extremely important, or thinking this is what I need to do.
One of the stupidest things which I see recommended the most, and I was a victim of also recommending it to people a very long time ago, was replay watching.
Yes.
Okay. And I've already gone over that a million times in other videos and whatnot,
yeah,
but
I've seen it.
You don't possess the ability to come to a proper conclusion on what you should have done. And so what can end up happening is you end up running in circles. And for the very, very obvious mistakes, if you're going to use replay reviews for that, then sure. If you're going to use replay reviews to learn a jungler's clear route, okay, do it for that. But if you begin to use it for macro decisions and stuff, no. It doesn't... You can't. You can't if you're just a normal person.
You're not capable of it at this MMR.
No one is ever capable of coming to a 100% correct decision. There is no analyst or coach in the world that can come to a 100% correct decision at this current point in time, because the game is not known enough. Even though it's when you're using a VOD review, it's a complete information game. No one can be 100%. It's not possible. You can come very, very close, but you can't be 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's always that outlier. We have to remain humble in knowing that there is stuff that we have yet to understand about the game, and thus it impairs our ability, or our current ignorance to said things impairs our ability to be 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Another big waste and fucking myth for training is the obvious that you can't just play whatever champion that you want. It's stupid to just play random champions. It is stupid not to just spam 1 to 2 champions over and over and over and over. It's bad to duo queue. I can keep the list going on and on and on. Like, there's a lot of bad stuff that, it's not fun to not do the bad stuff, but that's not for getting better.
That's not how you improve.
Right. What are the best resources on LoL for learning, streams, YouTubers, etc.? For learning LoL, there are... You can watch LCS up until laning finishes. That's good. You can watch the lane streams, like the streams that are dedicated.
I
okay, those are good.
Yes.
For streamers, I don't know any real educational streamers that are also decent. I really don't. I don't. Because just because a player is good, it does not mean that their stream is valuable for learning. Okay? Yeah. So I don't know. I haven't looked at I haven't looked at Twitch in a while.
You're out.
Now there are players that even though the only player that I can think of off the top of my mind that might be okay to watch from a Western view, but I don't even know if he streams, is Bjergsen.
He does.
Okay, because there's no point in watching Sneaky, even if he's good, because the stream's just retarded. It is.
Like, you just watch Double Lift at that point?
Doublelift might be okay.
Well, I'm not an AD carry, but I'm just saying in general. Because Doublelift might duo with Biofrost or solo queue and be serious on it. Because no talking and such.
I mean,
so maybe.
Like, the problem is there are good players but when they stream, they're not themselves.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. And I'm not saying that they're not good even when they're streaming, but I'm saying that it's not educational. The only reason that maybe I'm using Doublelift and Bjergsen as outliers is because they take the game serious enough that even when they're memeing, they would cut it if, like, you know what it, like, it's,
yes,
I don't know how to, yeah, so anyways.
I got what you mean, yes.
So any professional players that are like that, I guess, are fine. YouTubers, there was actually one guy who he was saying stuff that didn't make me just want to turn him off immediately. I can't remember who it was, but he's actually educational. He's actually educational.
Is it eBay?
No, not Jiba. It was someone else. He has a lot of subs and he's done it for a while, and I don't remember his name. He's been doing it for a while.
Scrap Computer?
No, not Scrap Computer.
Not piece of scrap.
Well, he's not terrible. He's good for super beginners.
Yeah, he's not the worst.
I don't know who it could be. I forgot the name. But anyways, it's probably not too hard to find him. So you can find him. Other stuff for learning the game. The point is, you're so bad right now that the more complex stuff it's not necessary. So going back to the stuff that I told you about Molly, right? And I'm not talking about a fucking drug right now, okay? But like, I'm talking about Molly, the girl. Yeah. So you need to do the same exact thing.
Just ignore all the bullshit, all the roaming, everything that is not the fundamentals. Ignore it.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
What can you attribute to variance and what can you not? What? All right. So here's the thing. You are. What's your rank right now? Plat.
Plat 5, I believe currently.
You're Plat 5.
I dropped, but yes, Plat 5.
All right. So you're Plat 5. So your peak MMR is probably going to be Plat 2, and your lowest possible MMR is probably going to be Gold 2. Okay. At any given time, you are playing somewhere between here. Okay? Doesn't matter what your MMR is. Now, if you hit...
Used to be.
Well, this is if you have a steady amount of games inside of this MMR.
As in inside of Plat itself, right?
Plat 5.
Oh.
If you hit Plat 2, because I have a belief that people are almost always at any given point within 3 brackets. Up or down.
Yeah, I just dropped to Plat 5 recently.
Okay. So, even if you hit Plat 2, that does not mean that you are between D4 and Plat 5, unless you maintain Plat 2.
Yeah.
Okay?
Makes sense.
So, until you maintain it, that's not your fluctuation, or whatever. So that doesn't matter for you.
Okay.
Okay? If you duo with someone or even hit trio and hit Smurfs on the enemy, no, look, you're done duoing, you're done trioing.
I dropped duoing the second I saw it on your op.gg's. That was more me questioning it because I've heard on a different video you said fighting a Smurf is a good thing because you have to face the better player.
No, when you do run into the Smurf, you shouldn't complain about it. Imagine that like Pokemon running into the wild, like you couldn't catch the Pokemon, you couldn't run away, it was like a trainer battle. Okay.
Yeah.
When you no matter what, you get XP for the battle, whether you win or lose. Okay. So if you run into fucking Raikou or Suicune, all right, you're gonna get your ass kicked if you're like level fucking 19 or something, right? And they're 40 or 60. I can't remember what they are. Okay. You're not gonna complain about it because it's rare. You're not running into Smurfs that much. Because the amount of times that you're running into them, you're probably getting them an equal amount on your team, unless you're facing like scripts or something, and you play mid or AD, because then the likelihood of you getting them is very, very low.
It's rare on NA to get scripts in the first place.
Well, good luck.
Lucky us.
God bless you. Yep. God bless you. Europe and Korea, not as fortunate.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways,
it was just more so me questioning because I usually hear about different things that fighting someone that is better than you can teach you much more than someone equal. Was more the questioning. But okay.
Well, you can learn from playing against them if you're not being an idiot.
Yeah.
One of the problems is the people go into the games with the desire to gain LP, not to get better.
Yeah.
So when they die, they look to displace blame on everything but themselves. Or, fucking Hashinshin, right? Biggest example of it. No, it really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
He does not self-reflect on how poorly he manipulates the lane. He doesn't look at what he was doing 30, 45, even a minute before. Leading up to the gank, etc. And so anytime that he dies, there's always another variable. It's never him. Never. It's never him. And, it's fucking ironic because when he gets a gank and it works, it's because of him, obviously. Because, that's how science works. Yeah. Okay.
Quick question then. Would it be wrong to displace blame on everyone and yourself? So you just blame everything, basically.
It's almost always going to be your fault, unless, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, if you go in for a Baron steal, or something, or you're the top laner, and you go in to try to deny Baron, and you kill 2 of them, and 2 of them barely get away by 100 HP, and you look top lane, and your fucking jungle is, farming the wave. Okay, that's not your fault. The decision to go in is normal, because if you replace that Bonobo, okay, with 100 different people, 90 of them are going to follow you into Baron.
Okay.
Okay? So it's fine. That, whatever. But for the most part, you always need to just keep looking on self-improvement.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense.
Unless you have other motive to,
Well, I've been attempting for last, I'll say, 4-ish most, for only blaming myself, just completely. Even if it was my team's fault, I wouldn't even say anything, but I rarely doubt it is their fault. I just blame myself for everything. And it seems more effective than, blaming everyone else.
Indeed. So you need to. I don't know. Do you have a problem with toxicity? Are you toxic at all or no?
I mute all and don't talk.
Okay,
so
that's the best. All right, that's fine. All right, let's move on to champion pool. Okay.
All right.
How many games should you play on a champion before deciding it's not working and switching it? You should be playing anywhere from 50 to 70 games on a champion before you're even comfortable on it.
Would you like my op GG for this also?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me it.
All right. After the memes. All right. There we go. Full screen. 1 second.
All right. Holy crap.
I knew it was coming.
Why Echo?
I was playing Echo because I didn't want to drop into gold. And I knew it was working for me in top lane. Well, working at this MMR, not working as
Okay, do you want to get better, or do you want to fucking drop into gold?
I want to get better.
Yeah, okay, so dropping into gold doesn't matter.
Okay, you're right. Yes.
What the? Do you ever get another trinket?
I don't think so.
Why do you have barrier on Victor versus Jace? Or is that Lulu?
Wait, let me see. It was Jace mid, I believe.
Was it Jace mid?
I believe it was, and it ended up being Jace mid, and I thought
Judging
it was
by
Jace
your
mid.
deaths and his number of kills, I'm gonna assume it was Jace mid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Jace mid.
Why do you have barrier versus Jace?
Lack of knowledge. I can't say I'm doing it right. I know I'm wrong.
But can't you deduce why that's bad?
I thought it would be okay because I thought his burst would be enough to kill me. So I thought I would need the barrier to make it through his burst at around 5 to 7 levels.
Is his burst, does it all happen at once?
Yeah. Well, that Jace did specifically, but
okay, so
typically no.
All right, does Zed's burst all happen at once?
His ults procs all at once, but he has to get the damage on you. Is that what you're asking?
No, his ult does not all proc at once. His ult has a delay.
No. Oh, yes, his ult has a delay. I meant.
And there's a wind-up for him
Yes.
getting the damage on you.
Yes.
So it doesn't all happen at once, and there's a delay on the pop.
Yes, I meant.
Okay.
Okay.
Jace's damage,
It doesn't matter what I meant.
does it all come in at once when he goes for lethal?
No.
What?
Wait, yes.
So does exhaust not do more than barrier?
Exhaust does do more than barrier.
Why did you need me to deduce that?
I
No, you need to think. This has nothing to do with
thinking,
League.
I am thinking.
It's
That's why
nothing to do with League. Nothing.
This is for everything. You're right. So I can't give a good reason.
That's why. No, this is actually why sometimes I do say that not everything you see the pros do is actually okay. Because sometimes they overlook something, or, you know, that's why you don't copy everything blindly. You need to think for yourself. If you open up the fucking Bible and you see 2 + 2 = 5, okay, are you going to just, okay, 2 + 2 = 5? No!
No.
Like, maybe most of the stuff that you can find, well, not in the Bible. I'm going else.
Yep.
I'm going back to League. Okay, most of the stuff is gonna be okay, but not everything.
Yeah, like maybe 80%.
So,
Well, it might be
anyways,
higher, it might be lower, but it doesn't really matter.
outside of that, what do you play? Mid top?
I play mid top.
Okay. Let's play mid top. Where's Teargraph? Doesn't have it anymore?
I think they took it down for a little bit.
Okay. Oh, man. Whoa.
That's where I dropped from plat 2 to plat 5. There's 2 of those big loss streaks. And I'm pretty sure
Leandri's on Lys.
I believe there was a lot of tankiness on the other team, but maybe I could be wrong off the top of my head. That or I wanted the pen, and I wanted to see if it would work.
What about Abyssal?
Did I not take Abyssal?
Not in this
shit.
game.
Oh, shit. Okay, I overlooked Abyssal, that's all I can
No,
really
but
say
this
at that
happens
point.
more than once.
Wait, does it? Holy shit. What is with me and Lsxyzcoaching? What the fuck?
No. Now look. I'm not gonna completely criticize you. In some cases, okay. Now there's probably a bunch of idiots in Twitch chat that just think that you're a complete idiot. You're not. If you can deduce that in some cases, Leandri's will ultimately give you more penetration than Void Staff.
I
So,
think
if-
I went with
if-
Lsxyzcoaching instead of Void Staff.
If they have like 60 MR across the board, Leandri's, Abyssal, Sork Pen, Runes and Masteries will give you more pen than getting a Void. It will,
Okay.
in a factual standpoint, if you just want to go for true damage. The problem in this lies, and it's the thing that I talk about Ludens all the time, and I still get flamed to this day on Reddit by people that fucking, I don't know, they believe in fucking the Christian gods, okay? Like, they don't realize that there are other essential items that the champion needs in order to do what they do. Like in the pro scene, or in just combo wise, or in general, in order to be effective.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Makes sense.
So your Lysandra build has 0 fucking CDR. Or it has. Well, it has.
Yeah, it's like 10%.
It has.
So I have
right.
around
It had.
20
Well,
or
no. It
something
has
like
20.
that.
It has 20%. But the problem with that is you don't get that 20% until like 40 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. So Lysandra just needs a shitload more CDR, and that makes perfect sense because she needs the ult.
Well, she needs a better, more fluid build. Some builds have wake-ups,
Yeah.
okay?
Wake up says in like power spikes, right?
Wake-up is when fucking you complete it and it suddenly gives you a... You know what it... I don't know.
Yeah,
Here, let me
okay.
fucking give you like a goddamn anime reference. Imagine like fucking you need to like move the pieces of a puzzle, okay, and it like awakens some fucking hero to win the fucking.
Okay.
All right. So you
Okay.
finish the piece of the puzzle and then the hero wakes up.
Okay.
That's it. That's a wake up. That's it. So you finish everything and they have a wake up. Now, wake up does not necessarily mean power spike, and this is something that fucking everyone just throws around. Getting a death cap and getting, I don't know, 200 AP off it does not necessarily imply a wake up if you have 0.6 AP ratios across the board and the enemy already has 150 MR on like 3 targets.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's just, you know, like... Okay, so, however, an example of a wake-up can be like Varus. He has the tier, he has Yomu's, you know, and he's sitting on that tier, so all of a sudden he recalls and he gets Monomune, and it transforms into Mirror Mana. There is a boatload of fucking damage that just changes. It just completely morphs, and you can't do anything about it. That's a wake-up. You know, Echo completing Triforce.
Yes.
That's a huge wake-up. Like... There's champions that have wake-ups, and they're not necessarily power spikes, because I think a power spike is more so tuned relative to game timer and what is likely to be occurring and what is likely to be happening for said team comp.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I get it.
So okay. So anyways. How many champions... Okay, we already established that. Like 50 to 70 games per champion. How many have you played on...
Victor, or Varus rather, is like 110, I think.
110. You have a 47% win rate. Okay.
Yeah.
How much of Ian or Tempt have you watched?
I couldn't find Tempt. But I was looking, and I just couldn't find it.
How many times was Varus played in LCK?
How many times was he playing in LCK?
Yeah.
A few? I haven't seen all the LCK games.
So you didn't even watch the Premier League in which Varus has played at the highest level by...
I saw it get banned. That was all I really saw. Because I was watching the playoffs, but yeah, I didn't get... I wasn't even... I can't really... I'm giving excuses.
There's no excuse for it. Yeah, there is none.
I'm giving excuses, but there's no real excuse. I fucked up.
Okay. So,
yes.
110 games, and you could have saved yourself so much time. You will learn more from watching 3 games of Ian or Tempt play Varus, and they're not the only ones that played him, by the way.
Yeah.
You will learn more than all 110 games that you played of him.
Yes, true.
So, that's not hard.
You're right, it's not hard.
Okay. But this doesn't just, again, we're going back to the original point. It does not just apply to Varus. It applies to how you function.
Yeah, it applies to everything.
Yes.
So, you need a base understanding before you start something, basically, so you save yourself
you need to question things and wonder. You can't just be playing Varus and play it every fucking game. You can play 20 games a day. You don't know what you're doing.
Okay. Yes.
All right? Or does, like,
yeah,
okay.
No, it does make sense. It does make sense. I'm trying to process it and let it get through my head. It's basically all I can really say. Because it makes perfect sense what you're saying, because you can bang your head against the fucking wall 100 times, but if you don't know how to get through the wall, then what's the point? If you don't understand what you're doing, then what's the point of playing 20 Varus games a day or whatever I may do?
Okay, so imagine you go to an abandoned rainforest, okay, and you find a tribe in the middle of the jungle, and you tell them to do MMA and you don't tell them what MMA is. You don't tell them, you know, how certain moves work. You don't tell them anything about muscles, ligaments, tendons, you know, whatever. All right, and you just tell them to fight inside of a ring and fight each other.
Okay.
Okay, so they just do that over and over, and they have 100 matches, and then they watch an MMA fighter fight.
Okay.
There's a complete fucking difference. There is.
Yeah, it's like watching a street fight and then watching a normal.
Yeah, but they didn't know
fight.
any better. They didn't know.
Of course.
Okay, so then so through that, why do you not? You have you know MMA exists. You're not a fucking South African rainforest child.
Yes.
All right. This isn't just about Varus. This is about everything. This is about you've been playing the game for 5 years and you're in Plat 5.
Yes.
That needs to be your fucking wake-up call if you want to get better.
I agree.
Alright, well, let's move on. What are the best champions to learn with? The best champions to learn with are the champions which enable you to view more aspects of your gameplay.
So,
while simultaneously being able to work on the core fundamentals.
Okay.
Do you know what the first champion I ever played was? And I played like 300 games of him. Like, in a row.
Him?
Yeah.
Mumu?
No.
Shit.
Mid lane. I played mid.
Shit, I have no idea.
It wasn't Teemo. I switched to Teemo later. But it was Mord.
Okay, it was Mordekaiser?
It was Mordekaiser. Because
Okay.
I just wanted to farm.
Yeah.
Okay, and dirty farm. That was it.
That makes sense.
I played like 300 games or something of Mord. That was it.
Jesus. Alright.
Like, and then from Mord, I slowly moved on to other champions and incorporated them. And then eventually I got up to a point where my mains were TF Syndra, Kassadin, Kassadin, Evelyn, when she used to be played mid, Teemo, and Karthus.
Okay.
And then never played them again. Now I can't. So anyways, you know, the mechanics can go away. But anyways, you need to just pick champions that enable you to work on the fundamentals, the CSing, the core aspects. Because in season 7, okay, if season 7 comes, okay?
Okay.
And everything gets changed. All right, bottom lane is now in top lane, and top lane's now in bottom lane. Dragon is now where Baron was. Maybe Dragon is fucking where Red Buff was. You know, whatever. Okay. Who are gonna be the best players?
The ones that have all the core fundamentals down.
Yeah, the ones that have the best mechanics.
Not the ones that are niche players that just play by patch.
No, of course not. Right. So, I mean, that in itself explains that you just need to become a mechanic player. You don't need to know special stuff about the game. Some people, they do lean on that, and they try to do that, but, you know?
It's not important.
Right.
And if it's ever taken away, then they're fucked.
Alright, let's, what should your champion pool be? Mid-top. Alright, mid. Varus. Not gonna give you any. Lysandra.
I mean, I'll play whatever you want me to play in the end, but, yeah. I don't generally enjoy Annie, but very basic champion that can help me learn, which is the important part. Just gotta find ways to make it fun at that point. Would Vlad count or no?
No.
No? Okay.
Mals. And then top lane, you're gonna play...
Alright.
I'm not gonna play Shen. Trundle.
Yeah. Would Lysandra work since it's able to be played in both?
Yeah, but I want someone else.
Oh, that's fine.
Aurelia, I guess. I'm not gonna give you Shen. And then you can play her in top if you want. Lysandra.
Right.
So you're gonna spam Varus, Lys, Andra, Mal's, Trundle, Aurelia, Lysandra. Okay, there you go. So here's the thing though.
Yeah.
If you get top lane, you play one of these over and over and over. You literally just keep playing it. Okay.
Yeah,
You get
that
mid,
was-
you keep playing it.
That was why I
After
was
a day or
asking-
two, you mix it.
Yeah, that's
Also,
why I
yeah,
was
what is your
asking.
ping? Like 60, right?
60, yeah, around
Jesus.
60. It's
Alright, all these champs are
pretty
good for you
fucking
then.
bad.
Yeah, all these champs are good for you then.
Fuck you, 60 thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to write this down real quick.
This is all
Alright.
recorded.
Oh, well.
But,
I just need
yeah.
it for reference anyways.
Hold on, let me get a drink. 60 ping is pretty disgusting. I feel for you. I feel for you, friend.
Fucking awful. Ugh.
Let me get some tea, actually. Oh. What? Oh, fuck.
Fucking 60. I used to have 20 ping too. That's what's even more disgusting.
What?
Before servers moved, I had fucking like 20 or 30 ping,
Okay.
and then it doubled up, and I'm just like, oh my god. I
Yeah,
hate
that sounds bad.
Fuck you, 60 ping.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. So that's it for your champs. Okay, practice. What is the ideal schedule for a person assuming they have all
Did I?
24 hours open?
Did I?
What?
I feel like some of my questions cut off. Is the practice one the end? Or is there more under it?
Well, I have more that I have to copy paste.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're good then.
Yeah. Practice. What is the ideal schedule for a person assuming they have all 24 hours open? All that you need to do right now is probably try to fit in 50 NA queue times. What are your queue times?
5 to 8 minutes,
Ooh.
I'd say.
5 to 8 minutes. So you lose an hour a day. Okay, yeah, that's fine. 15
fine.
games a day. You played 15.
Part of this is curiosity in the questions, but yes. Okay.
No, that's fine. So you play 15 games a day. 10 minimum.
I attempt that right now.
Yeah.
So that's good.
10 games, 15 games a day minimum. Don't go over that. If I were to train a player for 4 weeks straight because he had a tryout for a professional team, I have no idea.
That's fine.
I have no idea.
That's fine.
What if you had 8 weeks? I have no idea. Not
Yeah,
off the top of my
that's
head.
fine.
I'm not gonna answer that off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. Let me get the remainder of the questions.
Alright.
Alright, how do you practice the fundamentals of League? What are the fundamentals?
I literally wrote this down. CS, trading, damage foresights. These are just off the top of my head. Map awareness. Mouse accuracy, mouse speed.
Yeah, I wrote it in a Reddit comment. Okay.
I've seen you write multiple times, so at least I have this one.
Mouse keyboard control.
Combos. I'm literally just okay. I actually have this written down somewhere too.
Yeah, warding.
Warding. Let's see if I
Recall timing.
recall timing. Let's see, spacing. Emotional control. I would count that as a fundamental. Holy shit. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I have written down.
Alright, so, well, there's a little bit more, but that's okay. CSing, warding, trading, okay, recall timing, damage foresight, mouse, keyboard control, emotional control. How do you think that you improve these?
You play the games and really think about each one of them while doing it.
No. Not each one of them. One of them.
One of them per game, or
no, one of them in you hyper focus on one.
Okay.
One of the problems that people have is they try to go into games and they try to do too many things at once.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So now
Makes
lane
sense.
control, which isn't listed here, but it's one of them. Lane control. All right. That's never going to change how you control the lane. All right.
Yeah.
Even if the rules to the lane change, the fact that you need to find a way to control it is still a fundamental. Okay, you need order in the lane. You need to know how to balance it, micromanage it, whatever. All right. So when you go into a game and you focus on CS, inside of CSing, you can neglect trading. Right?
Yeah.
You can neglect recall timing, but not really, because recall timing still plays a part into CS, because you need to time your recall to know when can I get back to the wave.
CS.
Right. So CS and recall timing will trade in with each other. You can neglect trading. You can completely circumvent trading to just get CS at your MMR.
Okay.
Right? You can not need any damage foresight at your MMR to CS. Okay, your mouse and keyboard control is attached to CSing, but it doesn't have anything to do with CSing. Your emotional control, that's not attached to
That's
CSing.
universal.
Right, it's universal. Warding is also related to CSing. Now, they're very they're very similarly related to each other, in micro ways, I guess. But it doesn't mean that you need to work on every single one. I've coached people, and you know they try to overtrade or they try to trade and it doesn't make sense. And then I'm like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm trying to get in deep wards and all this other stuff." And I'm like, "Why?" Because they would just go for the deep wards at timings that just don't make sense.
Yeah.
Right? And they don't think about why. So they're doing this warding thing and they think that they're working on warding, but they're not.
Yes. Okay.
You hyper focus on one aspect at every single time. And through that, the others will come. Because eventually you're going to get to such a point that the CS it's simple. Right? You can almost do it on autopilot. That's why sometimes you see pro players, you know, amateurs, fucking myself included, you know, whatever. We will tilt sometimes or rage on stream because we miss 3 CS in a row. Because it's not natural. Because it's so ingrained as a muscle memory that it shouldn't happen. Right? So we will tilt when it happens. You know, if like we miss a last hit or something.
Yeah.
And that's because it's been worked on so much.
Yeah.
But other people, their CS is really random, as it is. Now, I've coached people, and they miss a CS, and they miss another one, and another one, they're like, oh. And then they completely, like, every time that they're getting all of the CS and they're under 0 pressure, they think it's just because they know how to CS well. But they don't realize that they're under 0 pressure. That's why when you miss CS while under 0 pressure, it's really fucking strange. Or you're just doing something wrong.
Yeah. You could just have the poor memory for CS.
Mm-hmm.
Well. But generally you should just get all of them because no pressure.
So,
All makes sense.
yeah, okay. That's all for the fundamentals. How can you tell if you're improving when you're playing the game a lot? You just don't look for it. So, if you're trying to lose weight, and you go to the gym, and you go there, you do 2 hours of cardio.
Okay.
All right, or fucking, I don't know what the hell you do, okay?
That's fine.
And you go home, and you take a photo of yourself completely naked, all right? You can't, no. You go the next day, and you do the same exact thing. You come home again, and you take you take everything off, and you take another photo. You can't see a change, right?
Okay.
Now, if you get one of those, like, waist measure tapes, okay, after, like, a week or something, you might have noticed that you went down from a 40 to a 39 3/4. You can't see that through a photo.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't look for improvements, and they will come. When you look for improvements, then you start trying to reach goals that you are setting in your mind subconsciously, and when that happens, okay, because I know that when this session ends, 100%, okay, you can't tell me any different because I know that it's going to happen, you are still going to go and play with the fear of not hitting gold because you just don't have the capability to let go. And that's not your fault, and I don't expect that to change in one session. I don't expect that, I don't expect that to change overnight. It's not something that changes overnight. You just won't be able to let go. You can tell yourself to let go, you can't. All right, because that's a habit. That is something that has been in your mind for a while, and it's not just having to do with League, it's having to do with other aspects of life. So you create these micro goals that you try to reach because they're within the foreseeable future. Guess what? You're not getting diamond anytime soon. That's not in the foreseeable future. So if you try to hit all these well, it is in the foreseeable future, but not in the time zone or the time frame that you would probably expect it to be or something. I can't make you diamond in 2 sessions. I can't make you it in 3 sessions. I can't. It's just not physically possible. It's not humanly possible.
Well, you can't make me anything specifically.
I can't make you anything. Right. So here's the thing, okay? So what it's going to end up happening is you're going to set this goal, and you're going to try to do Plat 4. And then you're going to do Plat 3. And then you're going to do Plat 2. When in reality, if your goal was Diamond 5, and it's actually your goal, like in your mind, there is significantly less stress, significantly less anxiety, significantly less intensity, I guess, when you go into the games, when you try to win, all this other stuff. And because your mind is freed up from all these other problems, more improvement can just come naturally.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. How many games in a row should you play? Shouldn't have to ask.
Wait, where's the question?
Assuming you can play it every game. You can play it every game. Maybe not Malzahar, I don't know how it is in an A, but...
I meant if it were banned.
Then, 15 games of Varus, the next day, 15 games more of Varus, the next day, maybe play another champion.
Okay.
Do it like that.
Okay, that's fine. I think the next question's a duplicate, but it's fine.
How should you use a Smurf account? You go on a Smurf account to play versus lower MMR players so that you're able to, again, have less stress and less anxiety. So it opens up more. And
you still just practice the core fundamentals there as well, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
I presume, yeah.
Feels like when I play lane, dominant champions like Varus, I will develop a large CS lead around 30 to 60 plus, constantly push in to make the mid laner not roam. He'll roam anyways, get the kills, and I'll chip the turret.
This is where I would blame my team, and that's why I was asking this to try to break that habit of blaming my team for letting my mid laner roam to kill them.
I don't need to watch you. I don't need to watch you play. There's a 1% chance that I'm wrong here. I know that you don't ping enough. I know that you don't. Because everyone that I coach.
Ping 5 pings.
All right. Well, see, there's people that say that to me, and then I watch, and then they don't. So I just don't believe it. If you spam ping 5 pings over the course of 100 games, and you spam ping in the direction in which the enemy mid was headed, okay? If I pull 100 people out of chat and we run 20 random custom games, etc., I promise you that 95 of those games or something, or fucking 19 of those games, whatever, a kill won't happen. So if we can determine that 95% of the time it will prevent a kill from happening, then it's still the correct decision. You do not cry, bitch, piss, and moan about the one game that it did. Because that's just asinine. So if you want to, ask about what can you attribute variance to, I guess that can be variance. Or you can learn to ward better.
Well, the variance question was so I don't just drop something that wasn't variance and just say, oh, it's variance, it's fine, whatever, blah, 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 and just ignore it, even though it's a major issue, or even a minor issue. It doesn't really matter. That was more for that question.
Okay. I feel okay. After you take the mid turret as mid lane, what should you do? Should you no. Just keep pushing. You're MMR. Just keep fucking going. There is no slowing. Just go straight up to the Nexus. No, you think I'm trolling? I'm not. There is no reason for all these other aspects of the game right now. Anyway. I'm telling you right now to be a brain-dead fucking zombie. I'm telling you, I don't give a shit if you get fucking reported. I don't care if... Well, I mean, you won't even know if you're getting reported because you said that you mute everyone. Okay? There is zero reason to try to rotate. Okay, I don't give 3 flying fucks if that Janna with 1,200 games and Platinum 5 is telling you that you need to rotate for Baron. If it is correct to rotate to Baron, you're gonna know. If fucking bumfuck Vayne and Charlie fucking... Fisticock in top lane want to do a random roam to get the top tier 1 turret at 33 minutes, you're not going to listen. You're going to sit at your tower and you're going to pretend that they're apes that are speaking a different language than what you can understand. No, that's the truth of it.
I only speak Chinese. Got it. Got it.
Yeah, well... And then if they respond to you in Chinese, you come out with another language. You make some, like, fucking African jungle noises. You hit them with the... Alright? They're not gonna respond to that, and if they do, you run. Like, you just... Get the fuck out of there. You just alt fucking F4 right at the end. Alright?
Alright,
Drake's
yeah,
out
it makes
for
sense.
Harambe. You know what I'm saying? Alright, good.
Alright, so I don't have to even entertain all those other aspects. Just fucking push mid.
Yeah.
Basically.
No,
okay. Okay, I'm good.
God damn it. Alright. So, what are the comeback methods when someone is getting destroyed in mid, but the rest of the team is doing well? Destroyed being that the person cannot even lane... Well, were you getting destroyed before or after your team got ahead? Because all too often, I have seen... you may have noticed that I have a VOD series... Well, I have 2 VODs up lately. Or 1 VOD anyway. Where there was a top laner that was winning... Or he was losing his lane, but his teammates were winning across the board. So, had he not just lost the lane... Which... There's a very big difference between falling down 20 CS, which you can recover when the enemy top laner needs to then roam to try to put his impact on the map, from the lead that he obtained in top lane. You know what I mean? And then it's on your teammates and their warding to just resist, and if they do, you're back in the game.
Okay.
Okay? But if you die 3 times while losing 20 CS, there's a lot more problems. So if your teammates are winning across the board, okay, and you're in mid lane, you got 80 CS on Varus, you're done. Mm-hmm. You're done trading. You're done looking for kills. You're done looking for pressure. All that you fucking care about is standing an extra 200 range back and shooting those arrows at those minions as the enemy mid laner cries as his teammates around him continue to just die endlessly, and he can't do anything. You don't want the mid laner to get a kill on you and be like, okay, I have a bunch of shit fucks in top and bottom lane, but I'm gonna carry this. No. You just want to watch him as his world burns around him. That's all you want to do.
Alright.
That's it. An extra 200 range back, you're stepping. You are hugging that tower.
Yeah, you just throw the Q, back off.
That's it. Maybe, you want to make him mad.
Maybe you miss a couple CS, he tries to dive you. You laugh a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, man. It feels... Okay.
I had that same question for top lane, but...
Okay, it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing for top lane, except in top lane, you can farm your jungle creeps. If you're really far behind, you eat fucking Wraiths or Wolves or Gromp, depending on who you are. And then you go to the lane and you pick up the wave. If you can't do that, you let the tower die.
Okay. You let the tower dive, you let the minions push in, and you CS when it pushes in, presuming he should go roam.
Yes.
Okay. That's...
What are the proper way to push a CS lead? Say no. Nope. See, pushing the lead. Okay. Well, that can fall under fundamentals. It's not a fundamental that you have yet unlocked. You're just gonna keep getting more CS. All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get more gold. Or, well, you're gonna get CS, right? Then you're gonna get more CS.
Yes.
All right.
Sounds good.
You like that? It's a two-step process.
I like it.
All right. Good.
You get CS.
That you're excited.
And you get fucking more CS.
That's it.
That's great.
That's
Time to
good.
farm some creeps.
Yep. That's fucking yep. What are the proper ways when only one lane is losing but drastic? Wait, what are the proper? Wait.
That's just for. Wait. Okay, this was more so how should I play if one of my lanes is losing, so we'll say top lane is losing, it's like 0-4, down 50 CS, whatever. That was more so the question.
You just don't panic. Because the chances are, even if your bot lane's losing 0-4, etc., there's going to come the point where the enemy, Lucian, Kate, Ezreal, whatever, they're a complete bonobo. Okay, like, you wouldn't... Look, even if a Shinshin has 4 kills, he's still gonna die 4 more times. So, it's coming. You just have to wait for it. All you have to do is wait. They will make the mistakes, because they're not good. That's why they're at the MMR that they're at. If they're a Smurf, okay, if you OPGG'd before the match and you saw 95% win rate, and they're 4-0, it's okay, just write the game off.
It's fine.
Just be like, okay, well...
That's fine.
Next game, you know?
That's when you call variance. That's when you call variance.
That's variance, yes.
Yes, okay.
So, yeah. Alright. Are you set? Are we good?
I think so. Let
me do a tradition. Now I have to draw one of my things. You can join me as I draw one of them. Alright, so anything you have to ask, you can ask it now.
Okay. So one of the questions was not really important at this point, but it's more curiosity. When would you be switching to more mechanically intensive characters, rank-wise, or does that not matter?
That doesn't matter yet. We have a lot more sessions to do.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, what is your end goal?
I don't have a realistic one, I should say. So...
What is a realistic one? Don't even say challenger. Don't do it. I'm gonna break your fucking heart. I'm gonna rip it right out and eat it in front of you.
Well.
Yeah, you will have seen enough hentai to know where this was going.
I already have seen enough to know that no matter what I would say, you would rip my heart out, eat it, throw the remainder, stomp on it, and probably throw in some fire or some shit right after that.
Alright.
So... In terms of realistic, I don't know. If you want me to give a realistic Diamond 1?
What are you...
Generally.
Diamond 1, what, low LP?
Just Diamond 1 in general. So sure, low LP, whatever it may be.
Okay.
If you
yeah,
want,
that's fine. That's fine.
If you want
can
something
get that.
realistic.
You can get that.